Good evening. Welcome to today's session. And let me just first share the screen. Hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to our today's training. Today we are training about skills, and we are going to discuss entrepreneurial mindset because we are business builders. For those who don't know me, I'm Marian Mulwa, a sourcing manager in the business. Background, I'm an accountant. I'm a business builder and entrepreneur coach. But my passion is to help people discover their full potential by helping them build their successful business with forever living products. So today I'm here just to take you through this topic. I trust and believe you will be able to pick some points here and there so that you can be able to build your business. Remember, we are called business owners. And in that category, we are entrepreneurs on our own right. So we need to equip ourselves with the right skills by understanding who we are, how we fit nicely in the market, and how we can be able to grow our business to the next level. So without wasting time, I would like just to introduce you who is an entrepreneur. Who is an entrepreneur? And that is something which each one of us needs to be able to know, because all of us, we are business builders, especially those who have already signed up in the business and they are in the mode of building the business to achieve all the incentive which the company offers. So an entrepreneur is an individual who, rather than working as an employee, finds and runs a small business, assuming all the risk, rewards, and rewards of the venture. Because you realize that in our business, yes, you sign up as an individual, but on top of that, you realize that it's not like you are on your own, but you are building a business with a support from elsewhere. So you have already taken the risk of deciding, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to be my own boss, So in summary, you want to be your own boss. And that is the reason why you find that maybe you are in a team and every time when your leader wakes up, she says, good morning, the CEOs, of your empire, and you're wondering why this person is writing like that. It's because you are your own boss. You pursue your own ideas and you realize your financial rewards which comes with that venture. So when we talk about being an entrepreneur, we are entrepreneurs ourselves, especially with this concept we have already embraced. And it's very good for us to be able to understand what we have embraced, why we have embraced it, and who we are. Because that is the only way you will be able to give it the best shot required. So let's look at some of the characteristics of an entrepreneur. And the first thing is self-motivated. You are self-motivated. Remember, as an entrepreneur, you need to push yourself. You need to push yourself so that, because you are not answerable to anyone. Let me adjust this screen. There's something. Okay, yes. So as an entrepreneur, you push yourself because you are not answerable to anyone. Every time when you wake up in the morning, you realize that you set up your own schedule because nobody is going to ask you why you didn't do this, why you didn't do this, why you didn't do this. But you realize that in every venture which you are going to take from morning to sunset, you need to motivate yourself. You need to work, you need to work yourself up because you realize that many times there are those activities which you'll be able to do during the day, during the month, but they are not going to pay immediately. But you need to remain motivated because the pay is coming maybe even later, 2 months, 3 months, especially in network marketing. You realize that we go and do a one-on-one, we talk to our customers, we do contacting, but you don't expect that whatever you are doing, the activity you are doing to be able to pay you immediately. So you need to be self-motivated. The second thing is you need to understand what you offer. When you embrace this industry we are in, you need to understand what you are offering, understand how it fits nicely in the market. Because there are those people, they join the business the first month, the second month, and they cannot be able to explain much about what they're offering. There are those people, you hear them saying that I joined Forever Living, but I still have that box. It means that they didn't even understand what they signed up for. So you need to be able to understand, what did you sign up for? So whether it's a product or service, you need to understand what are you representing. Understand when it's time to trick it a bit, when you need to use high hand, middle hand, or low hand. Because one of the things you realize that as we present this business, you will meet categories from all levels. But you realize that the way you can present this business to, let's say, like, I am not undermining anyone, but the way you can present it to maybe to a CEO is not the way you are going to present to a businessman, it's not the way you are going to present to a housewife, it's not going the way you are going to present it to a student. So you need to understand what kind of a person, and that is the reason why when we are doing contacting, we talk about profiling, so that you can be able to know how to go about it, because you need to understand what are you offering, what is the category of this person. And being in that position, you adjust yourself necessary so that you can be able to deliver. You don't have to go, maybe you are talking to a student and you are talking to them how they can be able to pay their mortgage. Even maybe they have never thought of something like that, So you need to be able to adjust yourself. And this will only be able to come nicely if you profile all your contacts before you contact them, before you do a one-on-one to them. So understand what you are offering, understand who are you offering it to. So understand your product, the service you're offering on the ground, and on top of that, the kind of a person you are meeting so that you can be able to explain your business into. At the same time, you take, sometimes you realize that it's necessary for you to take some important risk, especially, when you sign up with Forever Living, one of the best things we do is to sign up with a combo pack. Buying those 2 cash credit when, by the way, you enjoyed the business today, but you are very keenly, and you are seeing the kind of friends you have in your life. But remember, these friends have not said yes yet. But one of the things is we go ahead with that strong belief and believe that I'm going to buy the combo pack, and tomorrow I'm launching my business, and I'll be able to sponsor all my friends. And you calculate that, and you see within the next 3 months, within the next 6 months. For example, personally, when we came into the business, yes, the first 3 months, I had so many names, but many of them even never signed up. But by the time we were doing the 6th month, we got a check of around 200,000, and that was a plus. So when you imagine what you can be able to get after 3 months, 4 months into the business by adding those names together. You look at it and you realize that, you jump in. And, somebody checking 42,000, checking the 55,000, it's not easy. But one of the things is, entrepreneurs take risk, and that is what we do. At the same time, let's say like you have already been given an order and somebody tells you it is cash on delivery. Many times we just go ahead and, we process those orders, and you realize that sometimes they may be 20,000, 40,000, and it's cash on delivery. So you realize that what if that person was to go on the ground and fail to pick the product? But we take the risk because we know what we are going to get at the end of the day. On top of that, we play, playing safe always never leads to the success we are looking for. So many times, don't play that safe. Don't be the kind of a person. You will close an order, and what is going to happen is you say, if they don't pay, I'm not going to process, I'm not going to supply. But remember, this is somebody you have already talked to. There are people, it's somebody you have been following day in, day out. So you need to take that risk. Understand calculated risk that is going to pay off, and be ready to take risks to succeed. In our business, I've realized that unless you take risk, there are many that you can never succeed. And this has been, I've been able to, I've done this business now for the last 10 years, but the last 5 years has been so intense because I found myself in a scenario whereby you need to work your business, because when you reach in these levels, one of the things, incentives count, and you need to be so committed for you to be able to qualify for those incentives. So when we talk about be ready to take risks to succeed, be ready to go on the ground, talk to people, train them. And many times you realize that you sponsor so many people, but at the same time, only very few people understand what you are talking about. But you need to take that risk and go on the ground, talk to them, train them. It doesn't matter how long it's going to take. But one thing I've realized is, even if you sponsor people in our business, the first month they may fail to pick up, the second month they may fail to pick up, the third month, the fourth month, the 6th month, but wait the 10th month, wait after a year and see the explosion of what is going to happen. So be ready to take those risks. At the same time, know how to network. One of the biggest things which we need to understand is we need to know how to network. And that is very key. Develop a skill of networking. And this is important part of success. The people you know how to network with them. There are people who have a very big list of people, but what do? They don't talk to them about their business. They were very excited when they are talking about the success of others, but they don't talk about their own businesses. So as entrepreneurs, we need to understand that we need to keep on talking about our business, because that is the only way you'll be able to network with your friends. Have you ever found that in the circle you are meeting with each and every single day, somebody else has just come and pitched a tent next to you and they are sponsoring your friends? How do you feel? Do you know the opportunity cost of, the kind of money you have lost by not sponsoring that person? So you realize that we need to learn how to network, be able to connect with other people. Every time, maybe let's say like your friend tells you they are launching a product in their office, you give excuses on not going to attend. But remember, that is an avenue for you to go on the ground and be able to see what they're offering. But your idea is not to promote their product. Your idea is to go on the ground and network with new people. So when we talk about connecting with the new people, you realize that there are so many opportunities. So recognize partnering with opportunities and embracing them. So we have failed to embrace so many opportunities because in your mind, you are like, that is not a forever event. That is not connected with the kind of business I build. You have seen morning coffees with many prominent people. And many times we don't attend those sessions. Why? Because in your mind, you imagine this is not going to help me. But remember, when you go to those places, that is where you collect contacts. That is where we'll meet with who is who. And that is how you are going to expand your contact list. At the same time, learn how to effectively connect with other people. So this is a skill we need to establish. This is a skill we need to build. Because when you go to those places, even if you are given what kind of platform and you are not able to connect with those people, you realize that you will not be able to do much. So we need to learn, and this is going to come from personal development, of understanding who you are, knowing what you represent. And that is what is going to help you to build your business to the next level. So you also need to understand that you need to have some basic money management skills and also knowledge. Because remember, in our business, we are going to make serious monies, we are going to build empires. So you need to be able to know how to manage that money. We often think that successful business builders do not worry about managing their day-to-day, but they do. That is something you need to understand they do. They have an accountant or a personal assistant to control them. Why do you think they employ them? Why do you think they have those people around them? Because they need to manage whatever they have been able to bring in. So to be successful, you need to be able to understand that those skills are very important, because remember, we are building a platform. It's like when you are building a house, you put a brick after the other. So as long as you misuse your money, you will not be able to put the next brick. So one of the things is you realize that we need to have some basic skills on how we are going to manage the funds we are going to get. Remember, network marketing promises very good rewards. So when you get that money, how are you going to use it? So understand how money works. That is also very important. You need to understand how money works and how you build it. Then run successful business on sound principles. That is very key. You run successful business on sound principles. On top of that, we need to be flexible. How flexible are you? How flexible are you? You'll be willing to accept changes as needed. In this year, last year, something happened. When we talk about the changes we had last year because of the COVID, that is one thing which required you as an entrepreneur to be flexible, to be able to embrace the change, to be able to understand what kind of business are you offering and how you stay at the top of your business to be ready to embrace changes in product ranges, in process, and in new working ethics. And that is what, especially working ethics, is what we were hit with last year. And that is also what is happening on the ground. Are you the kind of a person who is still saying that I cannot be able to join in a Zoom? Are you the kind of a person who is saying that I cannot be able to sign up people online because they need to see me? But one of the things is we need to adapt to that change. We need to be flexible so that we can be able to remain relevant in the market. So you need to be able to change with some situation. Be flexible in your thinking. It is essential to solve, to problem solving. Be able to find a unique and effective solution to all issues, because you are a leader. You are already the boss. So being the fact that you are already the boss, you need to be able to find effective solution to every issue you find with yourself or even with your team. On top of that, you need to be passionate. this is key. You need to be passionate about your product, the service you offer, the mission you are in. So you realize that, as long as you meet with people and the way you communicate, the way you explain your product, the way you explain the opportunity, that is what they buy. They don't buy about the many stories you give about them. They look at you, they look at you and they look at your eyes and see, how passionate you are about your product, how passionate you are about your business. And that is what they buy. So are you passionate enough to be able to represent your company? Are you passionate enough to be able to represent the product, the opportunity you are offering? At the same time, this will help you to find motivation when you are discouraged, because as long as you are passionate enough about your business, I will tell you very well, no matter what happens, no matter the kind of discouragements you find on the way, no matter the kind of no's you'll be given, no matter the kind of, there are so many people, you will be able to, maybe even they have a product in the ground and they tell you, this is not, I didn't want this. But that doesn't even deter you, because you are passionate enough and you know very well. It doesn't matter if you had asked for a berry nectar and you are demanding for an aloe vera gel, I'll get that aloe vera gel for you. And you pick it, smiling, and you walk back to the warehouse and you get the product they have asked. There are those who will tell you, even I don't think I will be able to pay for this today. You need to take that no with a smile. There are those who will tell you, Marian, you have been calling me, each and every single day. I think I need a break. I'll call you for months. You know why? Because you know very well, after you drop that call, there is a yes waiting, there is a yes waiting. So passion gives you drive to move forward. It acts as a fuel to successful entrepreneurs. So be that kind of an entrepreneur who is very passionate and they know very well, they are moving forward. It doesn't matter what they find on the way. It doesn't matter the challenges they find on the ground. It doesn't matter the kind of words they find on the ground. They are so passionate in such a way that their passion cannot even allow them to be able to look to look anything aside or to be able to listen to any noise which is coming their way. At the same time, we need to develop the right entrepreneur mindset in our business. And in our business, we need to understand the why. What is your why of building this business? Why did you join this business? Why did you join Forever Living? If somebody was just to ask you, why did you join the business? That is a question you need to answer. On the spot, why did you join the business? What did you want to achieve? When you were given the one-on-one, what did you see? What did you see? What did you see? What did you, from the back of your mind, what did you want to achieve with this business? So you plan and you set your goals toward achieving whatever you want to achieve. Be emotionally connected to that why. You may join this business and say, within the next 1 year, I want to be driving. Within the next 1 year, I want to have my own home. Within the next 1 year, I want to transfer my children to this and this school. But you realize that what if it is not going to happen? For example, let's talk about you wanted to transfer your children to this and this school. And last year, things were not that good. How did you react to that? How did you react to that? So this is something which you need to understand, that if you set a goal, you need to be emotionally connected to that goal. You need to be emotionally connected to your why. And this is where we call for you to understand when you are setting your why in the business and how you want to achieve it. When you set these goals and you have not attached, you don't have any attachment to them, there is a possibility you will not be able to get the results you expect. So what is going to happen? You realize that if you had decided this month, I'm going to become a supervisor, and it doesn't happen in the month of March, you don't feel in the month of March I'm becoming a supervisor. Not become that supervisor. You find that anybody who had already really happened the first week, the second week, by the third week of April, they will smash their supervisor. Why? Because they know how it feels. I have know what it means. They had already planned, what they already become those positions and they want them so badly. So one of the things is we need to connect ourselves to our why. Be consistent. So when we talk about consistency, you realize that to develop the right business discipline, As an entrepreneur, you need to understand that for you to be able to build the right business, especially in our business, there are those basic things which you need to understand. And the first one is using the product. There is no question about it. If I was to come into your house, what will I find? Will I find a soap which is from the other side? Will I find a tooth gel from the other side? Will I be able to find a cologne from the other side? So we need to develop the right business discipline, which will be able to give us the results we want, the results we want to see. So we build our focus credit without fail by using the product, recommending them to other people, and sponsoring new distributors. And when we talk about sponsoring new distributors, we have gone to the retailing more than many times who can be able to build this business. But instead of sponsoring them into the business, they retailing products to them. So what is going to happen? I will tell you, if you continue doing that and that person comes across somebody who really understands what network marketing means, you will lose that person, because they will be, they will be sponsored into the system. And by the time you realize they are not ordering the way they used to order. So one of the things I tell people, if you get a good customer, please sell to them the first time, the second time, the third time, please talk to them, explain the concept. They say yes, plug them into the system. If they say no, at least they are in the know. They know what happens in forever. They know how the kind of business discipline in our business. Because the first thing is be consistent. Make sure that when you wake up in the morning, you have a list of the things you want to do, and establish them as a discipline in such a way that you will be able to do them consistently, day in, day out. You realize that if you were to practice some disciplines like contacting, doing your one-on-ones, doing product launches and things like that consistently, you realize that they'll be able to bring good results, and you'll be able to adjust here and there so that you can be able to know what really pays, what really builds my business, what really gives me results. So on top of that, we also need to be persistent. Prioritize your activities. And that is very key. We need to be persistent in whatever we do, month in, month out. So if you are calling, let's say like you decide today you are going to call 10 names, tomorrow, each day, maybe you want to be calling like 10 names. You want to be able to do, let's say like, you want to be able to do demonstration to at least 3 customers. Let's say like you want to do at least 2 one-on-ones or 3 one-on-ones on a daily basis. You want to do a product launch, let's say like at least, let's say like you want to do product launch at least once a week. You want to do a customer visit like once a week. Please plan those activities and provide, make sure that you do them. Remain persistent in whatever you want to be able to do. Retail and recruit. One of the things which we have been able to hack as Kenya is retailing, but we are still walking the journey of recruiting. What I want to request each and every person who is listening to me, if you want to build a stable business, let's develop a mindset of recruiting, bringing in new people into the business, because that is what will grow us. That is what will take us to the next level. Never give up. It doesn't matter whether you have tried in January, you didn't sponsor, February, you didn't sponsor, but March will sponsor. Because one of the things is, as long as you remain persistent and you want to be able to achieve good results in our business, I will tell you as an entrepreneur, something is going to happen. Because when you put in the work, definitely something is going to happen. So never give up. Focus on your next goal. So are you an assistant supervisor? Focus on how you can become a supervisor. Focus on how you can become an assistant manager. Focus on how you can be able to become a manager. Focus on your next goal. So what are you going to do, especially when you are talking about planning in your new month? We are in the month of March. There is the level you closed in the month of February. So when you were writing your notes, when you were doing your goal setting, what did you write? Maybe you are a manager and you are here and you're asking yourself, what is your next goal? Have you already ticked the time, something like even the forever to drive? Many times I tell my managers, immediately you become a manager, the next step is to become an ego. Then after becoming an eagle is to qualify for your Forever to Drive and the Chairman's Bonus and the Global Rally. So when you look at those things in that order, you realize that as long as you continue, you tick one by one, you realize that you will be able to understand how to build your business. You build a stable business, and within a very short time, you realize that you have built an empire. Why do I talk about incentives? The reason why I insist on people when they become a manager working on the incentive journey is because incentives calls for you to recruit. It calls you for you to be able to build new business, for you to be able to, to empower other people and develop them to the next level. So when we talk about your next goal, you realize that it depends with where you are. If you are an assistant supervisor, focus on how you can become a supervisor. If you are a supervisor, focus on how you can become an assistant manager. If you are an assistant manager, focus on how you can be able to become a manager. If you are a manager, focus on how you can start qualifying for the incentives, and then you can continue growing up in the marketing plan. Become a senior manager, a soaring manager, a Sapphire manager, like that as we go. On top of that, develop a sense of urgency. So as a leader, we need to lead by example. We need to lead by example. When we talk about building your focus credit, you need to be able to do your focus credit early in the month. This will be able to give you a room for you to be able to help somebody else. Imagine if you were to come into this business and you are already a leader. It means that if you focus building your focus credit early in the month, let's say like you were to do 2 case credit and you bring a new person to do their 2 case credit. It means that the next 2 weeks, you'll be able to help that new person you have brought into the business to also to build their focus credit. So this is something we need to learn. This is something we need to practice. If you are a leader, in the first 1 week, remember when we are talking about how to build this business, and when you look at even the kind of presentation the person who invited you into the business presented to you, they talk about become an assistant supervisor and teach about how you can be able to establish 20 to 30 customers. If you have 20 to 30 customers in your list today, and you are already a leader, it means that by the time we finish the first week, the second week, the third week, you are already through with your focus credit. Just retailing. So imagine if you were to bring somebody with 2 case credit. It means that you'll be able to teach them how they can be able to get their 20 customers. So within a period of a month, you realize that you teach that new person on how they can be able also to do their focus credit. So as leaders, we need to be able to do this with a sense of urgency. If you can be able to finish your focus credit in the first week of the month, that is a plus. On top of that, plan and volume map early in the month. Don't be the kind of a leader who is expecting the team to perform, but have you showed them what they expect to do? Have you showed them how they need to build their business? Have you showed them and directed them how they can be able to take those steps? So you plan with them, you follow map with them and show them how they can be able to take their steps to the next level. Launch and plan with the new distributors, especially when you sponsor a new person. Make sure that you launch their business within the next 48 hours of signing up. If they have already signed up, they have already bought their combo pack, see how you are going to launch their business. Because remember, our business is a business whereby we need to take action. We need to build around the activities. So if you sponsor somebody today and you just give them the pack, they go home. One of the things what really happens is, have you ever bought anything in your life? Let's say like even a dress or a shoe. I'll tell you, when you reached home, the first thing is you looked at the shoe and it was not beautiful like the way it was when it was in the shop. So you start asking myself, by the way, did I need this shoe? So what does that tell you? It tells you somebody has come into your business and they have spent 42,578. And you give them that combo, they go back home with it and they don't know what is inside. That is the reason why the following day you call them and there is a possibility they will not pick your call. Why? They reach home and they're like, you mean I needed to use this 55,000, this 42,000. So immediately you buy, you sponsor a new person into the business and they buy that combo pack. Please do not release that combo pack until you launch it. Make sure that you sit down with that person, go through the combo pack for them to understand what is there, show them, if it's possible, show them how you take them through the catalog, you take them through even the the marketing plan, launch their business instantly. So that as they go home with the excitement. They go home with the hope of knowing that I bought this combo pack. If I was to bring another 3, 4, 5 people into my business, this is the kind of money I will be able to make. So with that mindset, they will go out there excited. And that is what we are looking for. We are looking for the following day. If they have bought their combo pack today, the following day they can be able to come with 3, 4, 5 people. You can do a one-on-one by the time the month ends, they have sponsored one person. So they will be very excited by seeing the recap at the end of the month and knowing, oh, this business pays. So let's look at that. Develop the right attitude of growth. This is very important. Let's develop the right attitude of growth, because be ready to pay the price. Just be ready. Just be ready to pay the price. Embrace the change and visualize your future. Remember, attitude is a little thing that makes a very big difference. It makes a very, very big difference. So when we talk about developing the right attitude of growth, that is what we need to embrace as leaders. Be ready to pay the price. Are you ready to wake up each and every single day? Are you ready to do your to-do, your wide to-do list? Because I know very many people, I know the reason why we have, you can see somebody who is not sponsoring, somebody who in your team who is not able to do their forecast edit, just ask them, where is their name list? Many times you find that they don't have a name list. They're walking around with their phone. Who doesn't have a phone? Even a mama who is in Kikomba, she has a phone, and they have contacts in that phone. But remember, you are a business builder. You are an entrepreneur. And being an entrepreneur, you need to understand that being an entrepreneur, you also need to have your tools of business. And our first tool of business is our name list. So if you don't have your name list, you realize that if you don't have your name list in place, remember there is something you are doing wrong. Remember our first step to manager. It tells us what? Our name list is our bank, So where will you be able to draw extra names anytime you want to sponsor somebody into a business? So the first thing is we need to pay the price. And our price is very simple. You just need to take a notebook and list all the people list them nicely, profile them day in, day out. Why? Because every name you had in your name list, you need to profile that name. So we need to have a name list. Embrace change. Like right now we are talking about the COVID situation on the ground. Have you been able to embrace change? Are you the kind of a leader who is telling your leaders that, joining a Zoom is a bit hard? What is hard about joining a Zoom? If even students at home, they are learning with the Zoom, with this kind of app, who are you? You realize that as a business builder, you need to embrace that change. And let's take this as a challenge for each and every one of us. Today, as we look at this list of the people who are already participating in this Zoom, go through the list and see how many people in your team have already logged in. If they have not logged in, just mark the names and look at them and call them and ask them, hi, Marian, how are you? Yesterday, there was a book Zoom training. Did you log in? I didn't see your name. Were you using a different name? Next time when you log in, kindly just change from your phone model and just write your name. It is very simple. I've seen in the list, there are so many people who are using the names of their phones. We need to change that so that even your upline can know you were in the meeting. It is very good for them to be able to know, who am I equipping in my team? Who am I equipping? Who am I working with? Because when you tell me you were in the meeting and I didn't see your name and I'm only seeing a phone, who have a similar phone like yours. So let's embrace change and realize that this is something which has come and we need to embrace it and run with it. Visualize your future. Visualize your future. What is your future? The next 5 years. Really, my drop. Hello? Somebody can hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Now we can hear you.
Yes, Marian, we can hear you.
I don't know what happened. So believe in entrepreneurship, that is something which is very key. So success in entrepreneurship is believe in the ability to succeed. They believe in themselves, they believe in their business, they believe in their products and services. So if you're an entrepreneur, you need to build a very strong belief. You need to build a very strong belief. They also understand the power of belief so that they can be able to determine what they will or they will not do, what they will or they will any. We need to have a very strong belief, especially in the business model we are offering and the products and the services we are offering each and every single day. I've seen so many people in our team, they don't have a strong belief. Have you ever seen somebody who doesn't have a strong belief to believe that I've presented the best opportunity and what is going to happen if these people must sign up? Are you the kind of a person who have gone for a product launch and yourself, you are doubting whatever you have been able to present on the ground? So we need to be able to have that belief and understand that as entrepreneurs, this is something which we are offering to the society and they are going to embrace it and it's going to work. On top of that, we also need to focus. Focusing is something which is very key. We need to focus. Successful entrepreneurs focus on three things. They first look at the opportunities where they see they first look at the opportunities where they only see obstacles. And that is the reason why you find when you sign in a new person, all the first questions, many of them they're asking the challenges they will be able to face in the business. They don't ask about how they're going to make them, they ask the challenges. You will hear them asking, by the way, if I was to bring 3 people and all of them fail to work, what is going to happen? Will I be paid? You realize that even through the way you were explaining the business, it's like they didn't think we are paid by volumes. So you realize that the first thing they see, their obstacles. Successful individuals also focus on lesser like prison on the goals they wish to accomplish, not letting the negative advices from others to deter them. So as long as you are very focused, you realize that you will not even ever bother. You never even bother with the negative advices you are going to receive from other people. So what is going to happen is you will just keep your focus on what you want to see, what you want to achieve, what you want to build. Because in this business, you realize that as long as you focus on what you want, let's say like you have just woken up today and you realize that in the month of March, I want to be a supervisor. In the month of March, I want to be an assistant manager. Ask anybody who has ever made a step and ask them what really happened. As long as they focus and they keep their focus on whatever they wanted, it doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter the kind of things they were told. But at the end of the day, they were so focused on the goal they wanted to achieve, and nothing could deter them. So they were so determined to be able to achieve the success they want. They also manage risk and overcome fear by controlling their focus. So when we talk about our business, you realize that you need to overcome fear. It doesn't matter whatever people ask you. It doesn't matter if you have gone to a presentation and the kind of questions you have been able to receive on the ground. You need to be able to learn on how to handle those questions, those objections, those things which people are looking at them as a big challenge. You need to know how to handle them, and remove fear out of your matrix. Because remember, if you overcome fear, you'll be able to face and you can be able to build a very big business. Forever gives us a very good platform for us to be able to become who we want to be. At the same time, let's talk about attitude of an entrepreneur. An attitude people brings to work will determine whether they are suited to be an entrepreneur or not. Because this is very key. As long as you have an entrepreneur of being a boss, of being an entrepreneur, of being your own boss, there is nothing which is going to deter you. Be specific, because that most successful entrepreneurs, they share some characteristics like being courage. They are very courageous. At the same time, they are persistent. Their adaptability level is very high. They are curious to be able to learn new things, to do things the right way, to be able to collaborate with other people and build empires. They also have the future focus. So because they look at 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, And you realize that they also have a self-fulfillment, especially when you sponsor somebody, you develop them to the next level. You know, there is that self-fulfillment of being able to hold somebody's hand and change their lives. At the same time, they desire to learn. Are you the kind of a leader who desire to learn to be better each and every single day? You realize that in our business, you know, we need to learn. We need to learn on a daily basis. Why? Because we bring people, new people in our businesses. And every time when we bring a new person, we need to learn. Because remember, let's say like personally, I'm an accountant. And what is going to happen is in my team, there will be doctors, there will be lawyers. I need to understand how I can be able to tell them. There is also students, there is a housewife, all those people. So you need to learn. You need to learn on how you need to keep on growing day in, day out, and also be willing to take action. Because without action in our business, there is nothing much you can be able to do. You need to take action. Every day when you wake up in the morning, you need to be able to have your to-do list. See the kind of actions you're going to do so that you can be able to build your business to the next level. So a successful entrepreneur is one who is driven. You get work done without anyone telling you to do it. So you need to be able to learn how to do your forecast, how to sponsor, how to explain the products. I've seen people who have been into the business, and what happens is unless you teach them a product, they will not be able to go on the ground and source more information about that product. So if you are in our business, you need to be self-driven. You need to be self-driven in such a way that you can be able to research the kind of products we have. You can be able even to go and pick some videos and listen how you can be able to grow from an assistant supervisor, how you can be able to grow to supervisor, assistant manager, how you can be able to qualify for incentive, because that knowledge will be able to help you. At the top of that, be focused. A successful entrepreneur is focused. They don't get distracted from their goals. And this is very important. They don't get distracted from their goals. So you remain focused to what you want to achieve. There are also decisions. You can make decisions and stick to them. Don't be the kind of a person who will make a decision to do ABCD and within the next 4 or 5 months, you have already changed and started adapting something else because somebody told you ABCD, they are also independent. They don't rely on anyone else to hand you your success. They don't depend on anyone. They are independent. They know very well, I must recruit. I must sponsor new people into my business. I must develop these leaders to the next level. At the same time, they are genuine. You are also proud of your products and its quality. When you talk about the kind of products we have, they stand in the market. Personally, because the products are genuine, I'm so proud to represent them. Why? Because I know, this product will be able to do whatever it says. At the same time, be flexible. As a successful entrepreneur, you need to be flexible. You can wear multiple hats in the company as needed. Today you can be a trainer. Tomorrow you can be, you are a student because you are learning from other leaders. At the same time, you can, you can be able to wear so many hats. Why? Because this is what it calls. As an entrepreneur, you need to understand that flexibility is very important. Then be knowledgeable. Don't be the kind of a person who have embraced this opportunity and you don't have knowledge about the product, you don't have knowledge about the market, you don't have knowledge about the opportunity. And each and every single time when you are asked a question, you are back there calling your leader and asking them, what should I recommend for this? What should I do for this? What should I do for this? And guess what? The funniest bit which I have always seen is when you look at the kind of the WhatsApp chats we have, we wake up and we post what aloe vera can do. We wake up, we post about what Arctic Sea can be able to do, how you can be able to grow from a supervisor to an assistant manager. We send those videos on that chat. But guess what? Somebody goes on the ground and they meet somebody who is asking more about aloe vera. And they're just there calling their leader. They don't want to scroll up on the chat and see what is up there, and you posted in the morning. But what are they doing? They call you and they tell you, by the way, need to make information, yeah, aloe vera gel. And imagine you posted in the morning. However, as leaders, we don't get tired. We still post it to you because we know very well you are in the learning stage. Very soon you are going to have a team. And as long as you have a team, the same thing you have made me to pass through, it is the same thing you are going to experience. So what is going to happen? We need to change. As leaders, we need to change. We need to look at what are our leaders posting every day when they wake up. What have they highlighted on the walls, and what have they communicated to the team? Take some notes from that information, what your leaders posted, and please use it to help you. I've seen several, in several chats of several leaders, and you can see them, like, for example, we have been having the product of the week. And we post that product of the week, and after it has been posted, there are those who don't even open that chat that day. So what happens? It means that they didn't see it. So you see leaders writing on the wall and saying that, pick this one and put it in your status. And you realize that these are things, yes, we will remind you day in, day out. But remember, as a leader, you need to be knowledgeable. You need to have the knowledge about the product, about the market, about the opportunity. Yes, your leader will hold your hand. They will work with you. They will share the important information. But please make sure that you take that information and run with it to build your business. So finally, I would like to talk about the iceberg illustration. And we talk about when you are looking at an iceberg, you only see just the tip on the top. And success in our business, especially when you are an entrepreneur, a business builder, like in our business, you realize that many times you will just see people celebrating at the end of the day, at the end of the month. They'll become assistant supervisors, they'll become supervisors, they'll become assistant managers, they have qualified for incentive, and they have made a step in the marketing plan. And you realize that you are only seeing the celebration, but you don't know what this person went through. You realize that when you talk about for you to be able to build your business to the next level, you need to be persistent. And you realize that you need to keep on pushing, doing the right things, taking the right action for you to be able to get the results you want. During that, you ask everybody, who has made a step. They will tell you, I wanted to become a supervisor. This month I came, I built 10 case credit. The following month, I don't know what happened. I did 7. So I didn't close the 25. But that was not, they just learned how to do things the right way. So the following month, they were able to mobilize and they closed the step. There is also a lot of personal sacrifice for you to be able to move to the next level. Those are things you will never see. When people are taking steps, there is a lot of disappointment. There is somebody who has told you by the end of this month, by the way, I'm coming to buy a combo pack and I'm coming along with my mother, with my cousin, and you are there volume mapping and you are writing that I'll be able to close 6cc at the end of the month. And you wait from 15, 16, 17, by 20th, there is nothing. By 25th, there is nothing. By 30th, the month is closing and they have not yet come. So you realize that disappointment is, disappointment are there in our business. On top of that, you realize that along the way, there are good habits which you learn, because every time you experience something, you also learn good habits which you learn along the way. And then on top of that, we learn to do the hard work and the smart way on how to grow our business to the next level. And then there is personal dedication, dedicating yourself so for you to be able to get the results you want. So we look at that and you realize that this is something which people don't see, but the way you are dedicated, the way you are focused to be able to achieve your business, people will only be able to see the success, but they have not seen the challenges you have been able to go through. So when we talk about entrepreneurship, it is not something easy, but what I know is the kind of company we have embraced and the kind of support we have, it is a business which each one of us can be able to do. We are going to become successful business builders. Why? Because the support is there. At the same time, it is a rewarding company which rewards effort. So as we put this effort as distributors, we know very well we will be able to get the results we expect. So success is not as easy as perceived. You need to be able to be strong, focused, dedicated for you to be able to get the success you expect. So as I close, I only want to tell you thank you. I believe and trust you have been able to tap something from that presentation. As a business builder, let's keep the focus. As a business builder, let's remain persistent, consistent in our action, and focus on how we can be able to develop ourselves to the next level. When we talk about being an entrepreneur, especially in our business, what I would request each and every person who is listening to me today, it is we develop a recruiting mindset. Because remember, the more people you build, you sponsor in your business and you develop them to the next level, the bigger the volumes and the faster you achieve your goals. Because the more the volume, the bigger the bonus and the faster you achieve your goals. Otherwise, from my hand, I want just to tell you thank you. Thank you for joining this training. I really appreciate each one of you. Asanteni sana. Back to Emmanuel.
Hello, Emmanuel is speechless. That was amazing. Thank you very much for reminding us some of the attributes of what we need to do as entrepreneurs. I mean, it's really important. And all the points you've highlighted are very, very important. Taking risk, understanding what we do, being flexible, passionate. I'm just looking through my notes, consistent, persistent. All those things are very, very important. And honestly, if we apply them in our businesses, they're going to make a very big change. So all the best to you all. Thank you to all the 165 people logged in today. Sorry?
Great presentation.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Let's now have.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. See you. Bye-bye.